Hi everybody, this is Vasudha, Life Skills Trainer, Balayogi Gurukulam Rangapuram, Krishna District. Mastering communication skills so that they could be of help to carry out certain tasks is one of the main components of life skills. There are so many methods, techniques, and approaches to make our students learn the primary elements of English language, or for that matter, any language, which are LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This presentation intends to get you acquainted with a technique called buddy reading. The word buddy refers to a friend, mate, and of course, you know what reading means. But what is buddy reading? Are you familiar with that phrase? If you are not, it's time you lend your ears to me. Some of you might argue that listening and speaking are enough for communication and there is no need to compel the students to go through the arduous task of reading and writing. To some extent, sounds reasonable though. But the fact is, if you want to be a good speaker or an able listener, you will need to be aware of the vocabulary in vogue and various other sentence patterns, structures, and expressions. And this can be achieved by making it a point to read English text methodically. Reading is the best way to improve our vocabulary. It reinforces what we have already learned and opens new avenues for experimenting. Reading widens your world and enhances your ability to understand the phenomenon that occur in your immediate vicinity and the far out galaxies. Bottom line, the more you read, the better your language skills. Having arrived to the conclusion that reading is inevitable to improve communication skills in children, we need to look into the how part of doing that. Do children like to read? After they have become good at English, they like to read storybooks and all. But in the initial phase, no. For the elementary learners, reading textbook, a foreign language book is not a happy experience. Maybe not for all, but this applies to most. So, what do we do? How can we make the reading an enjoyable experience to the kids? How can it be made a rather fun filled activity and not a punishment that causes resentment? Here lies the answer: buddy reading. It is nothing but reading the same book with your buddy at the same time together. The buddy can be anyone, a new friend of you made, or a friend you have known all your life. You just need to have the love to read the same book. Of course, now you wonder how reading together is different from reading on your own. Remember, we wanted to make reading a fun filled activity, a game. A game is meant to be played along with your buddies. When you find joy and happiness in playing together, why not reading together? Until the kids get used to do it on their own on regular basis, buddy reading needs some monitoring. Let's assume this is a game, and just like in a game, there are certain rules to be followed. First one, try not to read a book with more than one person at a time, especially if you are buddy reading for the first time. Second one, when starting a book, set a chapter where both of you will stop reading at the same time. Third one, don't go any further without talking and discussing about the previous chapters together. Fourth one, choose a book that you both want to read. Fifth one, if your reading paces are different, get adjusted to sync with each other. So, what do we have here? Two buddies sitting together, elbow to elbow and knee to knee, and reading the same. They will be talking turns and read every other sentence. They will be reading, discussing, expressing themselves, and benefit from the whole process. Pure fun and joy. Isn't that beautiful? Apart from learning some new words, understanding the concepts, picking up speed, what are we expecting from buddy reading? Is it useful just in terms of academic value? Not at all. Buddy reading helps us to create the sense of cooperation and responsibility among students. This will bring out the skill of handling coexistence, which is the most important value we can hope to inculcate in children. Buddy reading can be seen as self-learning tool. It minimizes the burden of teachers and encourages children to maximum extent. This all looks very simple on superficial level, but believe me, this seemingly simple technique has caused a total paradigm shift in the western world where the teaching learning process is totally child centered. If you haven't already implemented this in your classrooms, just try it once and I promise you the results will be amazing. Thank you for sparing your precious time. Let me know your feedback. Thank you.